Yes, windy and wonderful. That's how you can describe Capitol Reef today, the latest stop in Wayne County. What's really cool about Capitol Reef is you have the natural beauty, which you can see behind me, red rock and desert landscape galore, but you also have a little bit of history, remnants, the Gifford House, an early LDS homestead on the national park property from the 1880s, where an early LDS pioneers came through the area and settled there. So very cool that a slice of history, as well as the gorgeous red rock scenery that we're known for, gets showcased here at Capitol Reef. Okay, not just red rock in Wayne County, we also see it in southern Utah. That's where we find our Black Desert live camera taking the view of Ivins. Clear skies in southern Utah while we're dealing with increasing clouds in the north. Temperatures have bounced back today. Maybe you feel it because yesterday we were only in the 60s, felt a little crisp. We've made it to the 70s, mid 70s. That's exactly where Salt Lake should be this time of year. We've got the 80s down there in Washington County and a mix of 70s and 80s on the eastern side of the state. So our southwesterly flow adding to the temperature jump, getting us back to average. But folks, we don't get to stay there. Live view from northern Utah, where we are seeing increasing cloud cover. This is the shot from Sandy, and those clouds are coming in and the winds are gusting ahead of an incoming cold front. It is going to bring a little bit of moisture, but it's mostly dry. It's definitely going to change the wind direction though, and we're going to get cooler. Satellite radar shows the clouds increasing in the last several hours in the northern portion of the state and in eastern Utah. Now you catch a few echoes of moisture towards northwestern Utah, the Park Valley area. That's where we're seeing a little bit of pop-up moisture, but again, limited with this cold front, but you'll feel the impacts because we won't see these mid-70s tomorrow. Taking a look at those temperatures for the rest of tonight, the 70s along the Wasatch Front dropping into the 60s with partly cloudy skies due to the front moving through. It's going to track through northern Utah, and behind it we'll still see post-frontal gusty winds. So northwesterly winds will still be gusty, just not as strong as we've seen them ahead of the front. Speaking of the cold front, you notice it there on Futurecast. It's on the move, and as it tracks through, we get the cloud cover and the northwest flow behind it. Slight chance of a shower popping up as we head into the overnight hours, but Thursday will be cooler as a result of the front. Then we head into Friday, and late Friday into Saturday, another system moves in, and you can see moisture coming in with this one. Looks like a better chance of widespread precipitation as we head into our Memorial Day weekend. We're forewarning you early as you make those plans. We know a lot of Utahns like to be out and about, but the potential to keep those eyes to the skies will be there. Upper level Futurecast walks you through what's happening in the atmosphere. So you saw the cold front coming through today, and then another late Friday into Saturday, that area of low pressure on the move. And that indicates that, yes, we have a storm that could bring wet weather, and we'll keep an eye on that system. Once it clears, you're going to notice high pressure building in from the west. That high pressure is going to quiet our weather pattern. We'll get a more stable pattern, and that will allow for temperatures to climb, drier conditions, and a decent amount of sunshine. As we look at the 6 to 10-day outlook, it actually shows above average warmth potential, and that's due to that ridge of high pressure that takes over the west and will greatly impact the Beehive State. You're going to notice a hint of that on the 7-day. I'll show you in a sec. Temperatures for tomorrow cooler than today, so goodbye 70s in northern Utah. We're expecting those 60s, and we will see a mix of 60s along the Wasatch Front. We will see 80s holding on in Washington County, and enjoy that St. George because the heat is coming. We will see in the southern half of the state for tomorrow a little more sunshine, but we will be on the cooler side. Taking a look at that 7-day in Washington County. Here we go. Somebody turns up the unofficial start of summer and the Memorial Day grill because we go back to the 90s. Noticeable here over the next 7 days in Washington County. And we'll see that similar temperature trend along the Wasatch Front. So you see those 90s by Monday, getting rid of the 80s. Wasatch Front, 70s. Then we're into the 60s with that unsettled start to the weekend, but then high pressure takes over. Beautiful Memorial Day ahead, but then we jump by the midweek to the mid-80s. Who's ready to cook? Because we're going to feel that above average warmth as we head into next week with a quieter weather pattern. For now, windy conditions at Capitol Reef National Park, but we're seeing that along the Wasatch Front as well, ahead of the cold front that will impact us and our temperatures heading into tomorrow. Loving the Good for Utah Road Tour. Live weather in the weather. It's what we do best. Courtney?